so I just found the songs that are like kind of fit the vibe of the whole part. Like the song was also telling the story if you like pay attention. And so like we were filming for a month, and I was part of like the pre-production, production, and post-production. So the whole time I was on Spotify for like 2 hours a day listening to music. I was like, this will fit you. The first score didn't make the cut, and a lot of the sound design I ended up botching and editing the next score. But like for example, the 50 Cent song when it was like the boys montage when they were like selling drugs and stuff. I think I spent like 3 hours on that just making sure the gunshot hit the same spot.
I was getting ready to point that out.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's really sick.
Yeah, I was gonna give him props for that.
Okay, I have
That was
two
hard.
questions. I try not to forget them. First of all, great job. Maybe this is the first.
Yeah.
Amazing job. Because you come from an acting and theater background, right? And I know you guys like had your two production companies and you guys spoke about on that. So I wanted to know what was it like coming from that acting background, and then what was it like collaborating with Kaylee and his production company? How did you like figure out the roles? Like how did you guys like figure out what you wanted to transfer?
So from an acting perspective, I think that's what made it the most challenging in a way, directing, because I have kind of like actor's brain. So like I know how to portray an actor world, but then having to flip that and also being the director and acting in the same film, having to portray it as a director, it made it more, I would say, I guess complicated in the sense of giving certain directions that I automatically would like know how to transpire on the screen, and versus putting that into words for the cast and crew to understand kind of like what my vision was for the film. But having Taylor was kind of like Taylor was there since the last semester. After I wrote it, I was talking to Taylor in the cab, and I was just like, "Yo, I have this idea and stuff for a film, and will you be willing to help me with it?" And Taylor was on board, so we kind of been there for like each step. So I really like commend Taylor because I've been learning so much from him because he has a lot of experience and stuff. So it was kind of cool to collaborate, and it also taught me a lot as a director and moving forward for any other projects like how we do.
When we were first like corresponding about Secret Project, you were showing me examples and not figuring out from the film. So if you could remind me and tell everyone else, why is it blue?
Oh, the colors was very intentional. So there was obviously the idea of like a split world where Jace was like he was battling his past with his present, like trying to hide the two. And as the film progressed, it's never like at the beginning it's kind of split tone where it's a little bit of orange, a little bit of blue. And as he progresses, the blue represents like the gang life or whatever. He feels lost, he feels like not a part of it, and the orange feels like something where he's like comfortable, kind of. When you look at it, it's not ever a lot of orange because he feels like he's lying until he starts telling the truth, where we see a lot of orange. But when he's in the blue, at the beginning, is a lot of orange because he still feels, this is all he knows, so he still feels a little bit comfortable, but he doesn't know what he's doing. And so as the film progresses, especially at the like almost last shot when everything's blue, is because he's falling into his old ways when he's beating up the dude. He's like, because the whole time he's like trying to run away from it, now he has to confront it. So colors are very intentional, and I wanted the audience to feel like where he was.
I saw that fight choreographer was credited. I just am always so interested in fight choreography. So could you talk a little bit like what that was like and how much you practiced and rehearsed the fighting?
So I originally I was looking for a fight choreographer because I ain't never do fight choreography in my life. But because of time and everything, I wasn't able to get one. So the night before, not the night before, but a couple nights before, I was trying to figure out, okay, how are we gonna because also the location that we were filming at, it was a little difficult in terms of how to actually make this look somewhat realistic. Obviously, they're not trained in actually punching each other for real. But so I had a friend, actually Andrew's in the back. You know, basically spent like I guess like 2 nights throwing each other around on the ground. I took most of the hits. So I was basically embodying it like as, and that's where the actor's perspective come from. I was embodying it as that, trying to choreograph it at the same time with Andrew. And then we had a fight like rehearsal before actually filming it, where the cast came and I was teaching them like the fight. Originally, the fight was gonna be like kind of like a big brawl. Like it was gonna be all that, like he was fighting all the boys basically. Yeah. But we toned that down to only 2, intentionally. And yeah, so that's really how the fight choreography came about. I was just trying different moves, what looks real. Had my iPhone trying to see on camera if it like picked up or it looks like realistic.
Hi. For the actors, like Issa mentioned, like you don't really see this kind of stuff. At least the student films from UCG. I wanted to know what was it like, and for like doing this film, what was your favorite part? Amon, how did it feel like being the you can go first.
Being a part of this project, it was actually very cool, very fun, very nice. Everybody pretty much worked in tandem with one another very effectively, and in terms of our like choreography and everything that was going down, yeah, we got some bumps and bruises every now and again, but you know what I'm saying? Like it all worked out in the end. It's what we saw. And yeah, honestly, with the choreography in particular, I don't know, you know, if anybody here watches wrestling, like you kind of sell it almost. And so like, not all the hits connected, but you know, you still want to sell it like you did. And yeah, it's really cool.
Hi. What was the question again?
What was it like shooting a film that
Like dramatic.
Action thriller, and then what was your favorite part about shooting?
I mean, you just sort of like, with like how everything was like lit and like placed together, the environment, I sort of had to like work around it like with my face, because mind you, I didn't have that many lines. I had to work with my face to sort of like, you know, match that environment. I would say most, like all the scenes with me, that was fun. But no, just overall the cast and crew is just very nice, you know, very funny too. Like, you know, even though this is like a really dramatic film, like it's just, everyone is so funny, so welcoming. Just have a laugh, really.
This is my first film production I'm in. It was a good time, good experience with the crew and the cast, everybody. I like the fighting scenes as well. And dying, it was funny. You know, I was going so quick, but I actually forgot to die for a while. I was just kind of there heaving and, you know, bleeding out. But then I realized, and she, you know, let me know, oh, I have to actually die. So yeah, the environment was fun. Everything about it was great. It was a good experience, good first experience for sure.
I agree. It was also like a really great experience just working with everybody. Everybody's like genuinely cool, genuinely on the set. I feel like my favorite thing working on this movie was just how different it was compared to like Maya's film. Very two different people, Parker and Blades. So it was really cool. Just like I feel like it kind of helped me as an actor, just work on like different, like pretty different in range. So it gave me experience. That's a very cool side.
I have two questions that are very different from each other.
Wait.
I'm so sorry.
Like the process of like casting. Okay, so basically during it was like winter break, so in December I sent out because I was working on the film before like the end of the semester. This was also part of like for it to be like my last like before graduation. It was also part of my independent study that I had to complete for graduation. So I had to like with time I had to cast. Have to have everything done within a certain time frame, so time was a big crunch for this film. So I sent out a casting call during winter break, but I didn't receive as many submissions as I would like to have because I wanted to originally do my brain. I just forgot the word. Basically, I wanted to do like a screening, yeah. But I didn't get as many submissions, so I kind of had to work around like what I was given, and I casted it based on like I was watching their videos and based on like the character and the voices I casted it based on that way. I had more, I think, female submissions than guys, so yeah, it is really hard to get guys to audition for certain things. So yeah, so I worked around that way.
Mine is in relation to casting. That's my second question. My first question is I wanted to ask what was like camera-wise, what was the most difficult thing to that's for you. Camera-wise, what was the most challenging thing to shoot?
Oh, what's going on? Can I mention? Have you been on all the projects?
Challenging thing to shoot?
I would say the fight scenes were the most challenging just because like trying to figure out where I need to be when a character falls or gets hit. Also like not showing too much of like the background or the setup. So like
it was in a theater studio.
Yeah, we just really control a lot of like keeping shots tight and kind of shaky so that you can't focus on one thing. That was the most difficult, but I guess fun thing to shoot as well.
My second question is also in relation to casting. Was there a specific decision or reasoning, like choices I think that's a question for it as well, like in terms of like race and dynamics? Was there a reason why like the white guy was like the leader head and other people, or like or was like a happy coincidence? Or no, I would say happy, but like coincidence.
No, it was a coincidence. It wasn't like set intentionally. Because like originally, like for the vision that I had of the film, I wanted kind of like a mixed race group, like in terms of society. I didn't want it to be like I didn't want to use like the word gang intentionally, but I wanted society, and it was going to be like different people from different walks of life, basically, in this society and how they grew up. Like as you can see, like even for the end credit scene, like the story is ongoing. Like there's a lot to unpack before this moment happens, and there's a lot after, or potentially after, that's going on. So no, it wasn't intentional in terms of casting. Again, I was just looking through the videos and seeing what fit best at the time.
Thank you.
Would you develop this into a feature?
I think with a lot of I think with a lot more time and actual like Okay. But yeah, with a lot more time and money put into it, I think I would to really flesh out. Cause also another note is like what the version that you see wasn't the original version. The original version, well, the version that you see is from Sage's point of view, but the original version is supposed to be from Jay's. So they started off doing the timeline, and then we went to the school and met and Maylene. So that was our, but from what we shot and like from some like kind of like some holes within the story, we had to switch point of views in terms of editing. But so yeah.
I just wanted to ask about, was there any like intimacy or emotional coordinator? Because y'all did really well with emotionally committing to your roles, which I thought was really cool.
There was no. It was just a lot of the times it was like actors do what they do, crew do what they do. But no, I think naturally they played well into their parts. I don't know, like from an actor's perspective, like I don't know what y'all do.
Yeah.
Well, besides me, I don't know what y'all do to like get into that mode because everybody has their like different things that they do. Like I know the person who played Jace, he's not here, but something that he did to get into those emotional states is he took time, like a minute or like 5 minutes to listen. Like he put in his AirPods and he'll go like in the hallway or something and kind of set in his mode. So that was something like he did to get in those emotional moments and states. But everybody has like their different.
Also, I feel like the cast is very like comedic in a way, so they all kind of click with each other. So it wasn't awkward between different casts.
Questions over here.
I have a question. Yeah, so given that this is your, first experience shooting a film, what's something that you learned from this experience that you'll take going forward into your next work?
Definitely something that I learned is one, for this being my first film and doing a 30-minute film, the entire process of it, like I knew like some things, but I didn't know everything that went into like filming. So like pre-production, post-production, and I mean that's something I learned a lot from Taylor about, like things that you want to have done or get done, or things that need to be done, even down to like the promoting of the film and everything. So I think from that was like my biggest takeaway is kind of like the process of it and what's really the meat of creating the film. Because although like you have the cast, like the acting and the story, there's still so much like behind the scenes that needs to be done in order to like have like a successful film. So that's something that I would take with me like into my next like project is like the whole process, pre-production and post-production.
I forgot the character's name, the one that, snitched. No, the one that liked the girl. Sage. My question was, is he getting like a redemption arc in the second one? Is he gonna be in the second one?
No. That is a good question. I haven't thought like in detail of like I haven't thought in detail. Like I set it up to be like, oh, potentially there could be more. But I haven't thought in detail like if Sage or if the friends are not, or if it, yeah. So from this perspective, I guess that you saw, because there was two different perspectives I had in mind. It was this one, and then the other one would be like a question of if he did end up killing Ryder and not letting him go, what would that look like in the second movie? And I feel like that version, I would probably make Jace like the head of the society, kind of like he fell back into like his old roots, but since he killed Ryder, he now like holds that weight in a sense. For this version, I probably would have the friends there because now it's somebody's after Jace, and he's still in that world. Like they came into his like new journey. So I feel like
Oh wait, is Zach's gonna be in another movie?
we'll see. We'll
He
see.
dies soon.
I have two questions. One, would you be open to making this like story like a series, like TV show, kind of like that kind of episodic kind of thing? My second question is, I feel like we know like what your future projects is, but like any other future endeavors that you have.
For the first question, I don't know if I'll make it like a I don't know if I'll make it like a TV series, but it could potentially be like different like movies. Like I for sure like maybe a second movie on top of it, but anything further I'm not sure yet. That's still cooking. And the second question it was for now, cause I am an actor first, so I really wanna get into my acting bag after graduation. But cause this is I didn't start stepping into like directing and writing until coming to UNCG, where I took a directing class and everything. So I'm just fresh getting started and new in directing, but I'm gonna say like I'm working on another project with Monty back there.
Hey.
So I'm not gonna say like too much because it's still cooking in the kitchen. So, but
Right. Cool.
What was kind of the mindset or like direction or even inspiration, if there was any, with the dialogue and the character dynamics and embodying each characterization?
I feel like one distinctive choice that we had to make constantly was the use of dialect and making sure that certain actors could articulate that. But it turned out really good.
And there was also again with like a big issue was like with scheduling this many people and this many actors. So there were times where we had an original like script that I wrote, but we ended up having to change it like last minute or last second. And Taylor helped with that writing for the changes of it. So there were some scenes like I think when the boys come to press stage at the fountain, or the courtyard scene. It was supposed to be another version, but since we had scheduled interview, Jace couldn't be there, so we had to change that up. So there were certain moments like that where we had to change the script on the fly. But yeah, I think they took what was given, and like it might have been like like a couple of days before it was like, okay, you got a new page, you got a new script, memorize that. You know? But you know, they did a really good job like embodying a new script on such short.
Any more questions? Thank you guys.
Thank you.
So I put in a little space for a general Q&A. If you guys have any questions for any of the directors or actors or people that helped with the crew generally. But y'all can kind of wait.
I don't know. I was just gonna say I've been asking questions all day, but I guess like just from the perspective of like everybody working on the film, like I guess it's just kind of from like one writer to another. Like how do y'all get it on the screen, man? Because it's like it's such a disconnect with me. Like I could write all day, write stories all day, but it's like the fact that y'all have enough artistry to transfer onto like motion picture and like big plot lines and story. It's like really inspiring. So it's just like. It sounds like such a crazy question, but it's like, how do y'all do it? Like it's so cool. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
The first step is really just like 10 minutes.
question over here.
Oh no, I was gonna answer his question. Yeah, like she said, community is everything. If you are writing it and you can't see it as you're writing it, someone else might be able to. Or if you communicate it with a DP or director, they might flesh it out for you. And then also production is just like he said, a matter of doing it. If it doesn't get done, the movie won't happen. So you gotta make it happen.
Right. Appreciate y'all. Y'all did it.
I just want to say I appreciate y'all so much. This kind of came out of nowhere. I've been genuinely stressing out for the last 2 weeks trying to make this happen. It came together beautifully. So genuinely, y'all, I appreciate it so much. Thank every single one of you.
Hey! Yeah, thank you.
I want to give, it's on the next slide over here. It's on the next slide.
You got something to say?
I wanted to ask, so like, what is the future of this for Pink Night?
Oh.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
That's a great question. That's a great question. One thing that I've been trying to do over the last year, especially with Pink Night, because y'all, Pink Night is new. I know not a lot of y'all have interacted with us, but we are new. We mostly came out of the art scene, trying to put people's art from A&T into other spaces because it's that good, right? But now we're turning into something that I halfway don't even recognize anymore, and it shows not only what we're capable of, but where we can go. And in short, I kind of don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna keep on doing this. We're gonna keep on doing shows. We're gonna keep on doing this, and the more it grows, y'all see it. Y'all be a part of it. So yeah, that's my answer. I'm not gonna lie. Any questions? All right. One thing I'll say.
I just wanted to give a big shout out to you because you be holding this down. I ain't gonna lie to you. Everything
Yes, sir.
You do everything you know on.
Cannot do this without my team, without Asa.
Hey! Yeah!
Our creative director, Aaliyah, she could not be here tonight, but I'm not gonna lie, Aaliyah's the reason why I do all of this. She's the reason why we have the logo. She's the reason why we have our color palette. Aaliyah Biggie is a big part of our team. Even though she wasn't here to be able to be here tonight, I want y'all to give a round of applause to her.
Yeah!
I want to really give a special thanks to the back table. I don't know if y'all been here before, but this is the space, man. I heard when I first came here for the first time, I heard someone call this Greensboro's living room, and I really wanted to embody that with what we're trying to do here in this space. And for real, special thanks to the back table. Please, 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 whenever y'all leave, say what's up to them in the back, meet them, learn their names. This is such a great space, and I want y'all to invest in it too. So yeah, thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
Good job, dude. Proud of you, man. Proud of you, boy. Proud of you, boy. Proud of you. Proud of you, proud of you. All right, let's make it happen. You got him? All right, word. Man, oh man. What a time to be alive. Now we learning mad stuff right now. I ain't gonna lie. Alright, we gotta wrap with some people real quick. We're gonna see if we can get this in here. Yeah.
No, I think he's gonna have a certain amount of time that's
gonna have to put me on game, bro. That shit fly. Yeah. Look at my boy. Look at my boy. You made this? Oh, with the Makerspace stuff? Hey, shout out A&T Makerspace. We all live right now. You know what's up? Say what's up to the live. Say what's up to the live. You know what I'm saying? Big team, big team. Nah, man, y'all did that though. It's just hard. Oh man, 100 grand. I'm on live stream right now.
Hey, what's up, live stream?
What's going on? What's going on? One of the stars right here. Tell him your name.
I'm Jabari. I was in Rose's Dilemma and Echoes of Tomorrow.
Word. Nah, Mans did his thing. He's nice with it, bro. I wanted to point out, too, you don't sound like that voice you used on Rose.
I really don't.
Boy put the whole little sexy voice on and all that. I was like, wait a minute, he don't even talk like that.
I don't talk like that, for real.
That shit was cool, though, man. You did that. For sure. You go to UNCG?
Yeah, I go to UNCG.
What year are you?
I just graduated, actually, this May.
Okay. What you doing next?
I'm just doing short films, trying to stay in the community, work with people I'm familiar with. Okay. I'll eventually branch out. Okay. You know, just building up the resume.
I was going to say, we working on. But I was like, we got some game that I wanted to get for you. So first of all, in case y'all don't know, shout your name out. Tell them who you are.
Hi, my name is Maya Simone. I'm the writer and director of Rose's Dilemma.
Okay, cool. You went to UNCG, I'm assuming. Okay, you already graduated or?
Graduate in, no, not even 1 week, Friday. Friday.
All right, go there. What you gonna do next?
So I'm going to stay in Greensboro another year.
Okay.
I'm creating a proof of concept for a TV show I want to make, and I'm applying for grants. I'm from South Carolina, so there's some for South Carolina, Columbia.
My homeboys from West Columbia.
Yeah,
on our network team. You gotta meet them.
I would love to.
Yeah.
But yeah, Young Fit is next. I'm going to make that a show.
Word. Shoot, we might even be able to help you with that. All right, so let me talk. First of all, Keemo.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I ain't told you my name, but so I'm a creative entrepreneur. I'm an artist, performing, recording, producing is what I do. But my homies, we have like a collective network called the Blank Network. We do content production in general. So like we're making skits, we're making short films. We're like recording live performances, which is what I do, and then my homeboy, he's a DJ. We do all of that, right? So, like we're like more recently, I've had these short film ideas in addition to some of the other stuff we've been thinking about. And when you started talking about like the casting off process, I was like, oh, she know how to do it, like. Cause he was like, I just like tapped in with the media studies department and blah, blah. I was like, yo, plug me, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I feel like, and we don't even need as much as what y'all do. Y'all got like the whole team, but like we just need like 1 or 2 people, but like very specific, you know what I mean? So I wanted to
send me your network so I can share it out.
Okay, word. No, I was here to say.
Any project, if you need something, I can do camera, I can do editing, I can do whatever you need. I would love to collaborate. If you would love to collaborate on my project, I would love. So my name is Kareem. I should be more direct, and I do want to exchange socials. I know Brandon. I know Brandon, but yeah.
That's his name. The guy with the locks.
That's Brandon. Yes.
Brandon. Okay.
Brandon's sister is Maya, the one who directed.
Okay, so they like really related.
Yeah, they're brother and sister. Yeah.
Oh damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I got, damn, okay, wow, he put me on game. Sorry, I'm on live right now.
Oh.
Yeah, say what's up to the live. We got Kareem here. We got my boy here. Tell him who you are.
I'm Corey. I am the director of Striking, which we just showed, and from A&T.
Hey, and you were working on a couple things.
I worked on Rose's Dilemma. I just worked on Rose's Dilemma.
Just Rose's Dilemma?
Yeah, I did like BTS, and I did. I mostly did BTS, but I helped make the poster, help people, everything like that. And I was on set every day, so like I'm just doing what I could.
You just look like you in the mix, so I was just like, okay, I had to make sure I got, what you was doing too. But yeah, no, let's exchange information, guys, for sure.
Understands like the basics from literally everything, and the JMC department, they're news first. Shout out them, shout out JMC, and shout out to news. But creatives and filmmakers are so undervalued and so underfunded in that aspect. This was damn near an independent project. Like, of course it was an independent project, but like, JMC cannot be credited on anything. And that's crazy because like, there's so many creatives on campus. Like, I'm nowhere near like. oh my goodness, you can see everything that.
And I've seen a lot of like the media and the photography. Like, it's a huge part of AMC's identity. It's crazy, like like it's the face of it in my view, but I feel like it's not pushed by the school itself. Especially by the students, you see a lot of different things. I've seen a lot of different.
Hey yo,
I appreciate
see if
like
you can rap with Brandon.
Things like that. Obviously.
Brandon, buddy with the locks. See if
I
you
know
can
that.
rap
I
with
see
him.
him on the time on campus, on our campus too.
He over there.
But the way that it's
He's
not,
short.
it's not valued. I would say we're not valued, but I can't. We have resources. We have some things. We have a focus on. Okay, we have some things.
He do everything.
You know what I mean? And I don't know why film is so undervalued because those stories and when those moments happen in pop culture, it's the biggest thing. It's the face. You know what I mean? Sinners is everywhere. Everybody's, but like the face of it for some people, I realize, like Jordan, but for me, the face is Ryan Coogler.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's the creative behind everything. You know what I mean? So crazy. And he's so great. Like I've seen every single one of his films from Fruitvale all the way to there, and he's like a face. And I'm like, and I think our like Greensboro is a great place to cultivate art, cultivate space, whether it be in music, whether it be in art, like whether it be in film, whether it be in photography, whether it be in anything. And seeing it like under resourced, I think maybe the word is under resourced, it hurts. You know what I mean? Because you go out like. If you saw like Shalia, she was talking about Filmpalooza. I also worked on a film that got to go to Seattle, and Greensboro was the largest group there. Like for people all over the world, Greensboro. Like if you heard when the advisor for Greensboro spoke, the screen, how loud it was for them. There's people from Europe, from Asia, from the Caribbean, from LA, from New York, from like people who are going to Cannes. Like we're speaking to filmmakers who are going, whose film we know right now. Like people who I've connected with are going to Cannes. And they weren't lying when they said people come up to you and talk to you and network. And so seeing this is just as much of a filmmaking hub as in Atlanta. I'm not saying I want to live here forever, but like the creatives and the talent here as in Atlanta, as in New York, as a LA, as a Chicago, as a Dallas is here. And I feel like it needs to be. We all got to come together to bring that out. You know what I mean?
This is the first time I've ever seen like Greensboro wake up, especially like filmmaking wise.
Yeah, definitely for me. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen anything like that. But I ain't never been to a film festival before in my life, so this is all new for me. Goddamn. I'm glad to be a part. I'm glad that I got to experience this.
You should have seen the Eddies. What?
I heard. I didn't even know. I wouldn't. Well, actually, I just got back from an internship. Like so I would have probably missed that because that was this spring, I guess.
Yeah, there was like a few days.
Yeah. So like, well, I mean, I was just kind of in the mix, getting my achy legs back and shit. So I ain't know that. I was on campus that day, and I seen everybody come out in all black and shit, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on because all I heard about was some gala, and then that was going on the same day.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but again, to your point, just like, and ANC, I mean, kind of falls short in some aspects of this too, just promoting certain things. Maybe not only on the artistic side, but on the event side. It's got like the bureaucracy and a real close-knit network on how they do that sort of thing. But I wanted to extend to you too, like I said when you was up there, just the resources to continue to produce the way you wanted to, because like my homies in my network that we doing stuff, producing content, I think we can build and work together. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely one of those outgoing people.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and type it in.
Probably later. No, but we gon'
Okay, so that's because you found out on Instagram. Okay, gotcha. I was just making sure I wanted to get everybody's Instagram. Everything. So yeah.
What's your name, bro?
Deshaun. Nice to meet you.
Though.
I'm not really a part of Big Knife. I'm a friend. You know what I'm saying? I live with the homies. So it's like, I've just been seeing them piece it all together. But yeah, man, it's really cool. Yeah, we just been putting art together, you know what I'm saying?
I like that hat too.
Thank you, my friend.
Word up. But yeah, we gonna be bouncing around, moving and shaking between the campuses and stuff like that too. Like I got my end and info, so we gonna tap in and wherever we can like pull together the resources, like you were saying. I want to keep doing. So I'm gonna roll up out of this live chat though. I know you trying to get to the crib or something, do your thing. I'll catch you.
So I will.